누가 먹었나?
In this video, I'm gonna show you the best female albums of 2022 plus and special mention. Everything in this video is a personal opinion. Just enjoy the video.
I'll be the happiest girl in the world. I said fuck it when I feel it, 'cause no one's keeping tally. I'm ready for love. Tell me when you're ready, 'cause I'm ready. When we pull up, you know it's a shutdown. 간판 내리고 문잠. I bring the pain like this, that crank, bottom, this, that crank, bottom, this, that crank. I'm that girl that drive you crazy, but you can't leave me alone. Got you there, yeah.
This special mention is not because I think this album is one of the best of 2022, but because I have an important point that I want to say about the album. Born Pink was the comeback album from one of the most popular groups, and with a hiatus of 2 years. The expectations of the album were very high, and in the end the album continued to be the same thing. I feel that it is already a lack of respect for the members that after so much they continue without releasing music and without exploring themselves artistically. I am already sick of Teddy producing the majority of their songs. I feel that they should give other producers the opportunity to bring a new vision of the group, but I think that will be impossible because now they have changed the group to the black level, which is directed by Teddy. That means that now he will produce all their songs. I feel that if they continue like this they will end up pissing off the public. I hope the group can get the respect they should in order to run their career the way they want.
Tell me what you want, whatever you want. 모두 이루어줄게, baby.
I think we all know that the rookie groups of the fourth generation released very good music, and that is because they began to have a much more sophisticated and mature sound, but without losing the fresh and youthful touch, and the album Young Love is a clear example. The album has a very relaxed and youthful sound, the voices of the members are appreciated and without being boring. I hope that the GGS continue with this spectacular musical trend. I-DLE is another group that enters the list of groups that have a completely different sound on their albums compared to their title tracks, because if you listen to the title track Chingaminga, you would expect a super energetic and much more electronic album, but that's not the case. From the Collective Soul and Unconscious, Chapter 1, the album has a more mature vibe and with much more relaxing sounds that highlights the voices of the members. It has a touch of R&B influence that I loved.
I just wanna love myself. 난 좋을 때도 나쁠 때도 난 wanna live a real life. 솔직한 내 목소리 다시 살아나. 넌 높이 가줄게. 내가 바랬던 세계 제일 위에. 떨어진 한 방울 drip. 투명한 내 안에 섞여들지.
LE SSERAFIM has great potential in the industry since it is the only group currently that has the high fashion concept, giving us music with instrumentals that sound like runway songs but with a touch of the K-pop sound, all the songs from their discography to date. Right now they're pretty good, plus they managed to make their album intros good enough to listen to normally.
Love is forever just for you.
Being honest, with Yena's debut album Smiley is only in this top for 3 songs that are among the best of 2022, due to its pop rock influence with a cheerful vibe. On the other hand, Vaki and Before Anyone Else are two songs that for me are unnecessary in this album. I feel that the album was better as a mini album of 3 songs and it could even have been in my top 3, but still I highly recommend the album, specifically The Look to You.
Cause you know I'm right. I know we're not, wanting we're not, be right, but I'm not. Tell me da-da-da-da-da-da. Mouth crazy like you. Yeah, I'm crazy. 반짝반짝한 거리 춤추다 다 같이. Come on, California future, future. 나를 더 속에 만들어줘. Oh baby, you're on my mind. I don't wanna cry every night. Be alone.
Chungha's album Bare and Rare PT1 is divided into 2 concepts with different sounds and influences, one with a more current concept with a more mature and sexy style, and the other half with a sound that reminds me more of Chungha's Rookie era with a more tropical, chill, and refreshing sound. And that sound was what I loved about the album, because I already missed that Chungha music.
하나 좀 더 길게 팔을 뻗어도 닿지 않아 뒤꿈치를 What you need, yeah. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna breathe. 그런 뒤뜰 What you looking at? What you looking at? What you looking at? What you looking at? What you 손길만큼 뜨겁도록 타올라도 경계를
The Seraphim debut album was something new and fresh for the 4th generation girl groups, and that is due to the much more mature concept of the group, which gave us big hits with a more mature aura without the need for a rude sound, but with a vibe. Much more elegant.
다른 사람이 있다는 게 어색하지가 않은지 해도 Never seen myself before. Never felt so. No one I hate people say you love me. Tell you know I take good money. 하는 가만히 있어도 느낌이 좀 다른 girl. Oh my god. I'm pretty psycho. 떨어질래. 나쁜 idol.
Purple Kiss's Meme album has not been recognized enough by the public, and that is because the title track of the album is the worst song on the album, and the public was left with the idea that the album would be the same, with that changing sound in rhythms, speed, and instrumental. But really, the album itself is very different and has a more melancholic pop vibe that I really liked.
Looking at you like you know you're watching me. Yeah. 눈을 떼서 lock in, lock in, lock in. Up in me, falling in love with me, loving me. Loving me. Love the feelings we like for the good.
50/50's debut album The 50 has great musical quality for a debut album by a new group from a small agency. All the songs are very good, especially Lovin' Me, which was released as a pre-debut. All the songs in the album have title track potential, so I love that they all have a music video.
이 밤의 주인은 나일 뿐. 위험해, 너 위험해. 애매하게 꾸는 넌 bad, bad. 28 reasons 몰라도 돼 나쁜. Make me anywhere but home, baby.
Seulgi's debut album 28 Reasons seems perfectly designed for her. This is one of the 2 solo debuts of 2022 that really managed to capture the essence of the artist. The songs are very good and fit perfectly with Seulgi's voice, the influence of Y2K in clothing, musical genres, and visually it was a great success for her debut.
눈을 보면 건넸던 그 말 플라스틱컬 같은 텅 빈 그 맘은 겨우 멈췄네 차가운 위에서 Doesn't matter 특별한 me and you 반가워 여기 모여 하나 둘 숨을 참아
Midnight Guest is one of the most underrated albums of 2022. The album has a more mature concept focused more on the group's vocals and with a more chill sound. If you like music of that style, you're going to love this album because honestly the voices and the instrumentals used are so beautiful. I hope you give this great album a chance.
Happy birthday to you, for you. And all or nothing, I can be a mess. I don't know what's next. 혼자만의 밤이 무서워. Oh, there ain't no problem for love with you. Give me that, give me that, give me that candy floss. 'Cause you give me that. Tell me, do you wanna be my lover? Are you ready to be my dog? 설렘이 막기 전에 I wanna make it.
The album I-DLE is another clear example of how to make a solo debut for an idol who was part of a group, because the album perfectly captures Nayeon's aura. The musical genres selected for her album make Nayeon's voice shine with that pop R&B influence. The album doesn't have any bad songs and the collaborations on it don't feel unnecessary as they complement Nayeon's voice very well.
매일 잠들기 전에 그리고 또 아침에 You got me looking for attention. You got me looking. 식사는 없어 배고파도 음료는 없어 목마. 'Cause I know what you like, boy. You might.
What can I say about the debut album of New Jeans? At first I was a bit puzzled by their debut because it was very unexpected, so I was susceptible to their music. But over time I realized that their songs are very good, and the fact that with just their debut they have created a trend of debuts with pop R&B music and the Y2K concept is really to be applauded.
어릴 적엔 몰랐었지 다시 돌아갈 수. Baby we're in trouble, trouble. So you're good for me, can leave universe. Maybe I was wondering. Pray for you. I'm never alone. I see the lies on the tip of your tongue. 널 향했던 믿음 모두. Tell me what you want, tell me what you need. A to Z the match. I wanna take it to the basics. I want it.
Between 1 and 2, it is the album that I listened to the most during all of 2022. It is not Twice's best album, but I still really like the idea of exploring different subgenres of pop in each of the songs on the album. All the songs are very good even if there is no consistency in the album, since they are all very different, only the Y2K theme unites them. It is my I-DLE of 2022 and I recommend it 100%. The Reve Festival 2022 Feel My Rhythm is the best album of 2022, for a simple reason, and that is the album with most consistent concept and image of the group for this comeback. The album has a great influence of pop added with samples and classical instruments, with a plus of noise music that transmits a perfect combination between classical music updated to the K-pop of 2022. Finally, the album does not have any bad songs, and a special mention to In My Dreams, one of the best sides of 2022.